Hello you guys, what's up? It's me, Allie. I'm sitting in my car, got my AC blasting because it's over 100 degrees outside, so pardon me if you hear that. But today I wanted to make a video for you guys talking about what is the right age for you to start your business, your boutique, whatever it is that you want to do. I started my boutique when I was 26 years old. I had my online store when I was like 23 or 24. I was super young and I taught myself everything. And I just wanted to put this video out because it can be so discouraging when you're feeling really motivated in your mind and you're ready to start your business and you have people like your parents or your friends doubting you and just kind of not being encouraging. It can be really rough to find that confidence within yourself and actually open up your store or your business, whatever it is that you want to do. I'll tell you guys a little bit about my situation and what happened to me when I first wanted to open my store. I was so young and I kept telling everybody that I was working with at the time at this restaurant, I was like, I'm not going to be here for much longer because I'm actively looking for a storefront in downtown Truckee, California, and I'm going to open this boutique and it's going to be great, and I just have this vision. This is what it's going to be like. This is like what the vibe's going to be. And everyone that I worked with, they were like, do you know how many boutiques are in town? Like, I would not do that. The shoulder seasons are so rough. The rent's so expensive. You're so young. Are you sure you want to do this? Do you have the money? All this stuff. And it was just so discouraging. Like, it legit made me, start going online and looking for other jobs, because you have like such an inner battle when you're becoming an entrepreneur and you're about to take that leap. It's such a battle within you, or at least it was for me. I had a lot of self-doubt, but I had like this really strong vision, and I knew, like, in my heart of hearts, I was like, I think that like I would probably kill it if I opened a store. Like, I just had that little voice in my head like, do it. And it was so hard to ignore that. And so I really started diving into things and researching like how much it would cost and trying to research what I needed to do. I enrolled myself in some college classes because I thought that was like the answer to everything. And I also just want to be like completely honest about my situation and everything. I have always done really bad in school. Like, elementary school, I was like a C student. Middle school, C's, D's, high school, like a lot of D's. I was not good. In high school, I just wanted to party. I wanted to snowboard. I wanted to smoke weed. I was like kind of bad. Sorry, Mom, if you're ever watching this, or Dad, but I know that you guys probably did the same. But I was kind of like a little rebel child, and I never did well in school. And it's not because I didn't try. It's just because my brain didn't work that way. I just didn't do well. I was like really good artistically and like in other things, but when it came down to like mathematics and like memorization of certain things, I was so bad, and I just always struggled. And so when I enrolled myself into these college classes, I had the hardest time. I couldn't pass this math class that was like so basic, and I enrolled myself in all these business classes because I thought that would be the answer. I was just like looking for a sign to be like, okay, you're mature enough, you're ready, you're old enough to open this store, because everyone kept saying like, you're so young, don't do it, you have so much to learn. And I just want to say that I do not agree with that. If you guys have naysayers in your life, you can be polite to their face and pretend like you're listening, but do not ignore that inner voice in yourself that says like, go for it, you're gonna kill it. If you believe in your vision and you believe in your business idea, go for it, because nobody knows best than you do. And people might be naysayers out of love. I had my own parents doubting me when I wanted to open my store. I'll get into that in a second, but basically this leads into that topic. I dropped out of my college classes. My dad is super old school. I just felt like I wasn't learning the things that I needed to learn in college, but my dad was super old school. He was not happy with the fact that I dropped out of school. He was like, what are you going to do with your life? You need to figure this out. You need to, go online and start looking up career ideas. You need to have a backup plan. And once he found out that I wanted to open a boutique, I was really afraid to tell him because I just knew what he would say, and he didn't want me to do it. He thought it was too risky, and he thought there was too much competition and that I was too young. My mom kind of shared the same thoughts. She was encouraging at times, but in the very beginning, she, said like, you're gonna have a really hard time because there's so many boutiques, and are you sure you want to do this? It's a lot to have on your shoulders at such a young age. And I'd say, no, I want to do this. I was super stubborn. I am super stubborn. I'm a Capricorn. I think Capricorns are known for being stubborn or something. But yeah, I had my friends saying, oh wow, like, do you know how much the rent is down there? It's really scary. Are you sure you want to do that? How are you going to afford it? Are you sure you want to be in competition with such and such, another boutique that we kind of like, no, I don't know. I'll save that for another time. That's a different story. There's some other crazy boutique owner I could tell you guys about. But yeah, that was like super intimidating, going up against this competition, this woman that's, you know, not been the friendliest to me. But I knew that I had to do it, and I knew I wasn't getting, you know, the things I needed to out of the college classes that I was taking. So I dropped out, told my parents. They were so pissed off. And I just started planning. I started going online and writing out each little thing that I thought I would need to open a boutique, like a telephone, tissue paper, bags, hangers, stuff like that. I started getting really focused and saying like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I told my boss, I was like, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm actively looking for a storefront in downtown Turkey to start a boutique, and I just want to let you know that in case I ended up getting one, because I'm going to be putting in my 2 weeks and I won't be able to work here anymore. And she was like, okay, you're going to open a store, how old are you? And she gave me so much crap for how young I was, and I just knew that I could at least get it started and then learn along the way. Hopefully I wouldn't make any like expensive mistakes with like the IRS or, you know, technical things that I didn't really know about. I just knew that I needed to get into it, and then I would figure it out. That's kind of how I've always been in my life. I always leave things to the last minute. I'm a procrastinator. I kind of just like, what's the term? Like fly by the seat of my pants, I think. But I just, once I become like obsessed with something, I just like have to go for it. And I just started getting obsessed with the idea of owning a boutique, and I would get pieces of paper and draw out like a floor plan of what I wanted to lay out my like dream boutique like. And I started going on Pinterest and making boards of certain ideas, and I just got in over my head. I was like, okay, I'm doing this. I have to do this. I'm so obsessed with the idea of owning my own business. I know for a fact that I can do it better than other people in the town that I was living in. That's what I thought. You have to think like that. You have to be a little cocky to open a business, and you really do. You have to be cocky to open business to an extent. You have to be confident. That's the word I should say. You have to know that you can open, if there's competition of like similar stores, you have to know that you're going to be able to do it better than them, or offer a service or a product that they're not offering. Just, you have to make sure that your business is better in some way to survive. So I told my boss, she was like very doubtful. Everyone just kept saying like, you're so young, don't do this, you have so much to learn. And I just knew that they were wrong. And I just want to say this to you guys, because I want to let you guys know, if you're 18, even if you're 16, if you're whatever age, and you have that confidence to open an online store, and you have somebody there to like maybe financially help you if you're as young as 16 or something like that, you know, just go for it. Like, if you have the support and somebody's willing to lend you some money and you're a little scared but you think that you can do it, go for it. Make a solid business plan though. Know what you're doing. Just don't jump in over your head. You have to have a plan. I had a super solid business plan before I opened, and I was in my lower 20s. I'm 29 now, and I'm just so happy that I did it. When I first opened, I put in my 2 weeks with my boss, and it felt so good to tell her, because I had been telling people for like 2 years by that time, like, hey, I'm gonna open a store, I'm gonna open a store, and everyone's like, okay, you've been saying that for a long time. It got kind of embarrassing because I couldn't find a storefront, and I just felt like I was coming off as like a liar to people. They were like, you've been telling us for so long that you want to open a store, and where's the store, you know? But it took so much time. It's so hard to get into these this certain area in the town that I have my first store in. It's like the most busiest part of town. It's the best place you can be. Both locations are the best place you can be in the location that they're in. And so it took some time to get into those. But yeah, go for it, you guys. There were so many roadblocks that happened when I opened my boutique because of, you know, inexperience, but I was willing to learn. I was open, and I was willing to, you know, be daring and go out on a limb and try this, and it worked out for me. I ran into so many roadblocks with like accounting and taxes and bookkeeping. I tried to do it in the beginning, and I was just freaking out. I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. This is so scary. Like, numbers do not work with my brain. And so what did I do? I just hired out that help. I wasn't making a ton of money at the time, but I was making enough to hire an accountant and a bookkeeper. I shopped around. I hired a bookkeeper. I think she's like $40 an hour, which is great. Usually they're like $50 or more. I hired an accountant, and that was expensive, but it's the best decision that I've made. Basically, every week I just send my hours of my employees off to my accountant, and she files payroll for me. She does everything for me. She does all my taxes. She gives me financial tips. My bookkeeper tracks all of my expenses and my profit. She makes profit and loss statements for me and stuff like that. And yeah, I just hired out what I didn't know how to do. And that has freed up so much more time for me to, you know, work on social media, to open another store, to make sure that my employees are happy and that it's like a great place to work. And yeah, there's been so much trial and error. I have had a lot of scary situations happen to me, like my worst fears of opening a boutique, like certain situations have happened. For instance, I had this older male try to take advantage of me being so young and inexperienced. He tried to get a lot of money out of me. He took me to court. That's a really great story time. It's crazy. There's a lot of drama to that story. And if you guys want to hear that story, please leave a comment down below, because my favorite types of videos to make for you guys are story times. I have so many story times regarding my boutique business. Sorry, I'm talking like crazy because I've been drinking coffee all day. But I really, really, really hope that this video encourages you guys. You know, for some of you that maybe your parents don't want you to start a store, or your friends out of love. I'm sure they're being discouraging out of love because they're afraid for you. But I think you guys should just go for it. And as long as you're motivated, willing to learn, everything's going to work out and be okay for the most part, as long as you don't make any huge mistakes. Definitely know what you're doing before you get into it. Like, I know that's two different things. You need to study. You need to do your work and make sure that you're mentally prepared to get into this, because once you open a brick and mortar boutique, it's exactly like having a baby. It's like birthing a baby. Like, okay, so once you open your doors, your baby's born. That baby is going to be around for a while, however long your lease is. You have to nurture that baby. You have to care for that baby. You have to learn how to take care of that baby. And yeah, so definitely be ready for that. You cannot turn it off once it's going. You know, I never shut my doors down. There's so many times where I had the flu and I was like throwing up and then going out to the register and ringing people up and trying to pretend like everything's okay. There's been times where I just broke down, like sobbing, crying, because it's just so much. But there's been a lot of great times. I've been traveling the world with my boyfriend of 11 years, Dylan. We have a vlog channel together. That'll be linked down below. Go subscribe because we're trying to get back into it. I've traveled the world while my store's been open and making money. I've bought a house, I've bought a car. Money doesn't buy happiness at all, but I've been able to, you know, create this good life for me and Dylan, and we're really happy right now, and it's so much better than working for somebody else. I would never want to work for anybody else ever again. I hope I never have to. I hope that these boutiques just continue to grow. I have huge plans, you guys. Even though I still am young, I'm 29 years old, I'm learning a lot, I'm making a lot of mistakes still. I have really big plans. I really want Nomad Boutique to be all over the States. I want to maybe eventually franchise one day. That's something I'm looking into. Or maybe possibly just open a ton of boutique locations all across the US. But I'm rambling now, and I'm gonna get off of this. I am gonna go meet up with Dylan. We're gonna go jump in a lake with Jessica, our little golden retriever. It's so hot. But I hope this was motivating for you guys that are a little afraid of opening your own store. Don't be scared. Go for it, because if you don't, somebody else will, and you're gonna be sitting at home looking at all the great things they're doing, wishing that you were doing them. So go for it, you guys. Start it today. Start making a business plan. You can go on to liveplan.com. They should sponsor me. What's up, LivePlan? That's what I used, and it helped me so much. It walks you through how to make a business plan, asks you questions. It's really fun if you're like a nerd like me and enjoy, you know, planning out a boutique business. But subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I passed 10,000 subscribers. That's so cool. It trips me out. And yeah, give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. It helps me out so much. It helps my video spread across YouTube a lot more when there's more thumbs up. So help a sister out. I'd appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.